What's up, guys? Sean here from Srkcycles.com, and I got a real quick video for you guys. The five, and it might not even be five, it might be four, I don't know. 5 dumbest motorcycle mods that I've ever seen. And I'm going to start, it's not really in order, maybe it is in order of the worst possible mods. 1, I can't stand when I see these bikes, it's always the sport bikes, with those little toe shifter socks on it. I mean, little socks, just so you don't mess up your nice shoes. Hey, here's my problem with that. Your goal should not be messing up your nice shoes. Your shoes goal, it should be not messing up your nice feet. And they should be tougher than, the little shift lever. Those things drive me nuts. Although they sell, and that's crazy to me. You know what I mean? Mod number 2. People that take off their exhaust. I get it. All right, you want your exhaust to be louder. That's awesome. But people that just take off their exhaust, they got some little dumb cans sticking out there, just shooting flames. It sounds horrible. Most likely, your bike is making less power. Sounds horrible. Everyone knows you're a new rider. You have no idea what you're doing. And they also know that you're poor. Keep the stock exhaust on, because then people don't think that you're trying. Number 3, this drives me nuts. Now, people do take it too far sometimes. This drives me nuts, and I'll be honest with you, I've ridden a lot of dangerous bikes. I'm talking bikes with open primaries on it, where the belt's running. It's 2 inches, 2 millimeters from your ankle, about to cut your foot off. And I've ridden some pretty crazy dangerous bikes, more dangerous on the side of power or the way it's designed. But this is the worst possible. I'm honestly, I would not ride a bike that had this. A guy came in, tried to trade his bike, and I've seen this a couple different times. It's where the shift lever, right? The shift lever and not shift lever. The brake lever and the clutch is actually a knife blade. And the blade is going towards your knuckles. So you're putting your fingers on the open end of the blade and you're pulling it towards your knuckles. Because I'm a 2-finger, I'm a 1-finger braking person. You know what I mean? Unless you're doing 4 fingers, that's the dumbest, even if you're not, that's the dumbest thing to think that your hands are right here. If something happens, you hit a ball, you hit a car, you hit something, that thing could come in and legit cut your fingers off. That's stupid. I would ride a suicide shifter, and I've done it. I'll safely ride a suicide shifter before I ride a bike that has knife blades for the fucking right here. This piece of knife blade. So you go in and grab here, you're just pulling a knife right towards you. That's just the dumbest thing I've ever seen in my life. Legitimately dangerous. If you have it on your bike, take that junk off. One more thing. I cannot stand when people they want to put spikes on their bikes. Anything with a spike, they'll put it on their bar ends. They put it on their little mirror things. I've seen spikes down here. I've seen just like frame sliders and spikes, just everything spikes. That's the dumbest thing. When you're riding your bike is a tool, and it's your transportation, and it's your form of transportation. When you're wrecking your bike is a vessel intended to crush you. That bike will probably, if you're in a wreck, it's very likely that bike's gonna come at you. And if you got stupid spikes all over the place, there's a reason they put little balls at the end of your clutch and shift lever. Nothing else on a bike is a spike. You shouldn't have spikes on your bikes. That's the dumbest thing I've ever seen. Take that junk off. You're just wasting your money. Let me see if I have anything else. Take an exhaust off. All right, guys. Let me hear the dumbest things. There we go. Let me hear the dumbest modifications that you guys have seen on bikes. Let me just read through the things real quick. Yeah, $32.99 to stab yourself with those spikes. Okay, I got one more. I don't know if someone mentioned it, but someone jogged my memory of it. One more thing. I've seen people with like Hayabusas or like bikes that they're made more for show bikes or trying to look like a show bike, where the bike I just bought has a windscreen spikes. Yep. Get rid of that windscreen spikes. Where they got aftermarket wheels on it. So what do? They're like, these brake rotors are getting in the way of my aftermarket wheels. The bike normally has dual brakes on both sides, calipers and rotors. They take one off just to show more rim. That is dumb. I mean, those bikes are made to perform, and with as much any car that you make or any vehicle you make to go super fast, you have to make it brake super fast. To take off half the brakes is limiting 50% of the braking power, and that is super, super dumb. All right, guys, that wraps it up. I'm getting a phone call. We'll see you guys later. Yo, I'm telling you something crazy.